Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Today, I wanted to try and visit an old website that I used to love as a tween, and that is Quotev. If you guys don't know what Quotev is, me personally, I describe it as a fandom site where people come and write fan fictions, original stories, and make their own quizzes. I used to have a Quotev account years ago. Don't ask me what my username was. I've deleted it. I was obsessed with quizzes for some reason. I don't know why. They just captured my interest. I just adored taking quizzes for any random reasons. And it all kind of started with, what fairy are you? Fantasy creature are you? Who will love you in whatever fandom I'm in? So on and so forth. That was the only reason why I visited Quotev. I used to read the fan fiction on there, but the quizzes is where all the fun is at. So I just wanted to revisit the website, and I'm still surprised that the community is active on there. I thought that place would have died out. Community is still going strong. Quizzes posted from just a few minutes ago, hours, and so on. So yeah, the community is still going strong, which I really love. I might even make open an account again just to make quizzes because they're just so much fun. And some of them are ridiculous. That's why I loved it. They were ridiculous. Sometimes the end result makes no sense. My favorite ones were the edgy choices because it was cringe. Those were simple times. I would just want to return to the times where I used to play these quizzes for hours. Didn't have social media, just Quotev and BuzzFeed quizzes as well. BuzzFeed was one too. On the fantasy section, I like fantasy, so which one should we get? Let's do this one. Your magical powers. Warning, there might be some errors in my spelling. That's exactly what we want. It makes it 10 times more authentic. Let's start this quiz. Question 1. Are you an introvert, extrovert, or ambivert? I'm an introvert. I don't like going outside. What group are you in at school? I don't know about you guys, but at least from what I remember in school, it wasn't that long ago. I'm speaking as if I went to school years ago. I don't think there was really cliques. There were just friend groups. There wasn't like the popular kids, the outcasts, and so on and so forth. There was just people with friends. I don't even know. How do I answer this question? I was not popular, I don't think. Pretty sure majority of the people forgotten who I am. Total outcast. Everyone was weird in my school. Everyone was bizarre in their own way. I'm a model student. Definitely not. Just a normal kid. Yeah, pick your aesthetics from below. My aesthetic is definitely the cat under the lamppost. Your favorite subject in class? Art. Art was my favorite. What is your favorite animal? Cats. No question asked. I adore cats. I'm a full cat person. Side note here, it was literally my goal in life to become a single woman with lots of cats. And then that dream was broken the day I found out that I was allergic to cats. Question number 7. You can only save one of these, the others will die. Who will you save? My parents, my friends, my lover, my pets. I don't have anyone to care about. My parents. Generic. Maybe for others it would be different, but I love my parents. You go to the market finding a very special collection of magic. What do you buy? A leather covered book. It is written in ancient language. You might be able to translate it and discover answers to problems or mysteries that have never been solved. But it has a consequence that if you know and tell too much, some of your memories could disappear. A gem necklace that gives you the ability to see others' minds and if they're speaking the truth. But it comes with the consequences that if you hear too much, you'll become deaf to the real world and can only listen to one's mind. That sounds horrible. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes the things that goes on in my head, I'd rather not anyone find out. And if I ever find a gem that allows me to listen to others' mind, I am throwing it away immediately. I don't want to hear what's going on up in there, man. People are crazy, and that includes me. You don't want to hear what goes on in people's minds. That keep that ability away from me. I don't want it. A clock, which is half the size of your hand, that can get you back in time for a range of 5 hours. You can choose to stay invisible until it's over. But you all remember always the consequences of the results being changed. It could be worse. You can't reverse it. Do they mean that if I mess with anything from the past, it will change the future? Some things I would love to change from the past and make, hopefully, it will change to be good in the future. You know what I always notice in movies or theories about time travel and stuff? People are always like, oh, if you mess with the past, the future will be terrible, terrible consequences. What if the changes that we do end up being good? Have you ever thought about that? We told the European invaders to communicate instead of slaughtering people from their native lands. And, everyone gets to live in harmony. Wouldn't that be great to change? The world becomes a colorful and better place instead of just everything that it is now. Why does the consequences have to be negative? Considering the time travel and thing, a flower leaf clover charm that brings you good luck. This doesn't have any consequences except it works randomly. But once it works, it can bring you great fortune and luck. That doesn't sound too bad. So it works at random. So whenever you need luck, it won't work. Because I'm pretty sure if most people got these earrings, the first thing they're gonna do is try to win the lottery. I, I guarantee you that's what the majority of us would do if we got those type of earrings. I would go for it. Luck is random already, so I would go for it. Like, if the consequences is that majority of the time I'll be extremely unlucky, except for those one few times where the random lucky clover earrings work, maybe not. But right now it's kind of tempting. A map that tells you the location of buried treasure and also your location. With this, you can excavate great treasure and never get lost. But if you get too greedy, you'd have to bear the consequences of failing unexpectedly. un- Unexpectedly. There are things worse than death. It probably doesn't kill you directly, but it can lead you to killing yourself. That's a dark. Crossing that one out. A pencil and eraser you can create objects with. The pencil and erase only your objects you conjure. Although it only lasts for a day, it acts and looks just like it's real. The consequences of creating too much and erasing too much, you cannot make more if the pencil is below 3 centimeters. And you cannot erase objects if the eraser becomes smaller than your fingernails. It can also make you addicted to itself, plus lend it to another person and no one knows what will happen. So you're saying I can create Doodle Bob? That sounds awesome. This magic is temporary. I want something to last. That would be way much better than temporary magic. A flower that has the hue of light blue. It can conjure any smell, no need to buy any perfume now. But if you smell it too long or too close, consequences of being dizzy and fainting can occur. That doesn't sound too bad. I would love to smell great at any moment of time. Can it rub on me? Or is it just a flower that smells good? Because if it's just a flower that smells good, what's the point? A small vial that contains transparent liquid, one drop of it is known to have the ability to heal every disease. 2 drops, they will have the physical ability half their age, but you have to bear the consequences that a year of your life dissolve every time you heal someone. Um, why does things that can bring people good have to be so terrible? Now, which one would I choose? Okay, I think I'll be between the watch and the clover earrings. The watch, I would love to try time travel and mess with history. That's just the chaotic goblin in me that Just want to see what happens, you know? And the clover, luck is already random as it is, right? But which one? I think I'll do the time traveling one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. If ever one day I time travel and suddenly things shift in this timeline, just know it's me. I did it. Next. Thank you for answering and taking my test. It's time to say goodbye. Bye. What am I? What am I? Your magic powers, telekinesis, and psychokinesis. Yes, I can be Carrie. Awesome. Welcome, stranger. I wonder what magical concoctions you will make for us today. First of all, how did you learn to brew potions? Let's see, from a witch who took me in during class in Magic Academy. A family member passed their techniques down to me. I'm a descendant of Fae or fairies. From a mad alchemist whom I worked for, I am self taught. Which one sounds more fun? All right, I'm in this magical world. What is my story? I'll say family members passed it down. Kind of rings for IRL. If y'all have Caribbean parents, you know that people, the older generation, always has some kind of problem solver that doesn't involve medicine. Always. There's always a solution. You got a cold? Drink some bush tea. Actually, bush tea solves everything. Choose the core of your potion's magic. A single leaf from the tree of life, a drop of blood from the high ranking dragon, a vial of smoldering flame, a vial of the darkest shadows, the light of the moon caught in a dream catcher, shaved horn given to you by a grateful unicorn, tears from a and crushed dragon scales and griffin feathers, vial from the darkest shadows. Even years later, I didn't mean to kick my camera for you to see Zoe Electra, but there she is. Choose some basic ingredients for it. Up to three. All right. Pixie dust. Ammonite mushrooms. What is that? Vampire blood. Hydrangea. Flowers. Quartz powder. Wolf claws. Mystical herbs. Glowing moss. Cobbled scales. Dream sand. Definitely glowing moss, pixie dust, dream sand. All right, tell me, how will you make the potion? Stir it vigorously, stir it gently, don't stir it at all. Heat it up in a blazing flame, simmer it slowly, don't heat it at all. Let's stir it vigorously, just shake it. Number seven, as well as choose a special procedure for it. It's the drop of an enemy's blood in it. We're going after our enemies today, y'all. Do you have an animal companion? Do I want a cat? I've already established that I'm biased towards cats, but let's see. A dragon. I like dragons. I'm a dragon girly. A crow. I could be Maleficent or a fox. I'd love to have a dragon. Teach it to breathe fire on someone I don't like. The potion is done. How does it look? I want this one. This looks like something you would give to your enemies. Lastly, does it have any special character? How would it look like for the items that I chose? I don't know. The shadow and iridescent pattern. I think that would be very cool to see. Demonic heritage. Oh my goodness. Oh no. All right, guys. I found another one that's interesting. As a girly who was in the Hunger Games fandom, would I survive the Hunger Games? No, I would not. Instant panic. How often do you exercise? Hardly. I am unfit. Do you like the outdoors? I love looking at it through my window. I love admiring hours long videos of people walking into gardens instead of going outside and walking in the gardens myself. Should I lie to myself and say I go outside a few times a week? I'm gonna lie to myself. You're sitting at home and start to feel hungry. What do you do? Order pizza, do some homemade cooking, ask someone to cook for me. I actually like to cook. I don't do it often, but when I do, I have a lot of fun. You're playing hide and seek. Which place are you most likely to hide? In the closet or behind something big? Follow the seeker quietly and only hide when they look back. In the most obvious place, they never look there. I feel like the last one is like the mind trick people in horror movies. They always hide in the closet or under the bed. The killer would be like, oh, no one's stupid to hide in those obvious places, so they won't look. Is it dumb or genius? It's stupid genius. I think the first one is me. Are you lazy? Very. Which of these is closest to your weakness? The dark, being alone, social interaction. My most feared one is being alone. Make it halfway. You made it about halfway through the games. You should be proud of yourself. Oh, wait, you can't be because you're dead. At least I made it halfway. Oh, yeah. I don't need to be first, don't need to be second. I only gotta be in mentions, baby. That's where you make it. Mentioned. This is the last one I'm gonna do for the day. I'm honestly having fun revisiting this website. I can see that I still love taking quizzes. I want to choose between Lord of the Ring character, the School of Good and Evil. I really enjoyed the Netflix School of Good and Evil. Even though there was a lot of things I didn't like, the setting and clothing, I was eating that up. Who is your favorite School for Good and Evil student? I've only seen the movie. I have not read any of the books, so I'm gonna stick with what I know. And I loved Agatha because she punched a guy, and that was awesome. Where would you most like to visit in the endless woods? Okay, I don't think that's my brain. I think this is just written weird. The pictures aren't what the places actually look like. They are just to give you an idea. Altazara, Milk and Honey has a unicorn farm. Also is affected by yogurt mudslides. Huh? I think I need to read the book to understand this. Kingdom of Peas. They sleep in the giant pea pods and live in huts atop pea trees. Peas. Oh, that sounds like fun. Blackpool School of Pirates. I love some pirates. Ravenbow. Rivers of blood and towers of bone. Home to goblins, the wicked witch of the west, and the fountain of youth. The edge in me is kind of calling for it. Netherwood. Ruled by a witch queen. Home to trolls, night pools. That brings you your worst nightmares to life. The most villainous ones are calling for me, but the pea. To live a peaceful life in a pea pod, in pea trees. I would love to live in a pea kingdom. That sounds so peaceful. Choose a fairy tale, The Sword and Stone. So, Arthur, Rapunzel. I don't like fairy tales, none of these. Cinderella or Peter Pan. None of these. I love fairy tales, but none of these appeal to me. What do you honestly think would you graduate as? A leader, henchman, helper, Morgriff, Morgriffic, or Morgriffic means you would be turned into a plant or an animal. Yeah, why not? What is your performance for the circus of talents? Plant manipulation, time manipulation, talking to animals, my weaponry skills, swords fighting, telekinesis. I had telekinesis in my other games. Should I take telekinesis? Banshee powers. Don't banshees just scream? That's kind of all I know about banshees screaming. Pyrokinesis or shapeshifting. I do like to play as changeling in D&D, but I do like plant manipulation. What are your favorite objects? I mean subjects. History, special talents, uglification, curse and death traps, beautification, animal communication, surviving fairy tales. PE, never PE. That's a curse in both fantasy world and in real life. Do you believe that the future is pre-written? If we're talking like in fairy tale thing, like in fairy tale land, I guess it is already pre-written. Like the school of good and evil. That's the whole point, right? Or am I thinking about Ever After High? I do believe in a fate and destiny. Destiny is a promise of the future. I'll take the first one. Does your fairy tale involve everyone is against me, controlling, trapping, belittling me? A lot of my OCs have this backstory actually. I have to run away or escape something. I have to save myself. It does not guarantee I have to work hard to earn my happy ending. I have to fight someone, thing. My story holds an overarching moral lesson. My story is tragic, not happy. Me gaining power and status. Don't even need to read the last one. I'm a villainess at heart. Now for the age old question, favorite color. I remember every single quiz I took always had this type of question in the beginning. It became like a running joke in a lot of quizzes where they're like, "What's your favorite color?" I know. No one likes this question anymore. Ah, the memories. What am I? Ever. You belong in the school for good. Well then. Okay.